Welcome back to the lockdown on pushthebutton.ie. Today's guest is a Lord Humphreys. Well, that's his Twitter and Instagram name. From Completecar.ie, it's Dave Humphreys. Dave, how are you, buddy?
Hey man, how's it going? You well?
Yeah, I'm fine as you can be in these situations, you know?
Yeah, fun times at the moment.
Yeah. So, like, if anybody doesn't know, myself and yourself, we used to do a podcast together, which was the Engine Room Show, which, as far as I know, is still on iTunes. That you can.
It is still there. Yeah, it was long before everybody thought they should do a podcast.
Yes, it was good.
We were very far ahead. We were so far ahead of the curve. People just didn't realise. So,
yeah, and we must give a shout out to Dave Moore as well, who.
Yes, yeah, there was three of us actually.
There was. The people always wonders like, so what's everybody's kind of like qualifications? There was you're a motoring journalist, Dave Moore, who's a motoring enthusiast, and I own a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we there was definitely sort of three distinct tiers.
Yeah.
As to how we did the Engine Room. But,
actually, do you know,
it was great. It was.
It was,
I mean,
and I think
people still talk to me about it today. People still go, "Why are you getting the Engine Room back?"
Well, why don't we do it anyway? Because we have all this free time in our hands.
And now all these people have invented the likes of Zoom, and Skype's gotten better and all this. Because I mean, I remember because I was the one that would usually be the issue of I was traveling or I was away. And it was like, oh, how are we gonna? And we used to remote record episodes.
Yeah.
And it was easier landing man on the moon using nothing more than a calculator and some pens and paper. It was just a highly convoluted process.
It worked though.
It did work. Yes, it did work for what we pulled off quite a lot. There was certainly well over 100 episodes. Into the late hundreds, I think. Yes, definitely. Yeah. So let's get down to how you're doing with the whole lockdown, because being a motoring journalist, you need to be out and reviewing cars and getting into them and driving places. So you can't exactly do that round your block in the 2 kilometre radius that you're allowed to do. So what's happening with you? So a large part of what I do has just ground to a halt. As you said, I typically, most of my Monday to Friday week is involved getting up very early, getting on a plane, going somewhere and attending a car launch and driving a new model and writing about it. So everything has just gotten canned. Everything's cancelled, postponed, delayed, whatever. It's for me, it's very strange to be at home all this time. Although luckily I've been able to keep busy, and I'm still writing, and I'm still, we're still publishing a lot of news on Completecar.ie, and writing for various different outlets and stuff like that. So we're still quite busy, and we thankfully have a bit of a back catalogue of work that we're getting through, and so we're still trying to publish stuff. So if you want to read something about cars, go on to Completecar.ie, shameless plug. But it's a bit odd for all of us in this industry, because everything has stopped. I mean, the factories are shut. They're not producing cars anymore. Car companies are making ventilators and medical equipment, and it's all changed. And nobody's really sure when it's going to get back to normal as well. So that's a little bit odd.
Yeah.
But look, I work in an industry where we can devise the best first world problems ever. So I'm not going to complain.
No.
I've still got enough to keep me busy.
Yeah.
It's certainly it is a little bit strange to. I mean, for me, I know it's like everybody at the moment is kind of. I'm struggling to know what day of the week it is. It's like in this whole period over Christmas when you don't know what day of the week it is.
Like
for me being home for a week or 2 weeks, that to me, as somebody that travels all the time, feels like 2 months. So it feels like the last launch I did was in toward like middle of March, and that just feels like forever ago now.
So apart from doing your work from home now, what are you finding yourself doing to keep yourself occupied, apart from binge watching Netflix?
Do you know what? I actually haven't really done the binge watching thing.
Okay.
bizarrely, so because everything in our business kind of ground to a halt very suddenly, and I had done one or two car launches literally before the very last of the severe travel bans happened. So I got home, and I thankfully so part of what we do is that we write for a lot of other people, and they were all getting me to write for them because I'd driven the car that nobody else had gotten to drive.
Oh, right.
So I've actually been really busy, and it's been quite normal apart from the whole lack of travel thing.
Yeah.
It's been quite normal. So I've been getting up every day, working in the office here at home for most of the day. And I've kind of had a little bit of envy and jealous of these people that are sitting around watching Netflix all day because I haven't been. But the flip side is it's great. I'm busy, and I'm thankfully still making a couple of quid. But so I haven't really had the whole just sitting for binge watching a whole series in a day. That hasn't really happened yet.
Yeah.
And part of me kind of wishes it wasn't busy, so that I'd have an excuse to go and buy a PlayStation or something like that.
I tried to buy one online, and they're all sold out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. All right.
Yeah. I only looked in one place, but
we've been I've been watching a little bit of Netflix. Started watching Tiger King, which
I'm
always a little bit behind the curve with people. Even though, we're so far ahead with our engineer podcast curve. On the opposite side when it comes to watching Netflix. I only watched The Sopranos about a year ago.
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
Started watching Tiger King. That's just when you're watching something, and I had to think, is this like scripted, or is this
it's insane. I think anybody who's watching this now, if you have Netflix and you haven't watched any of it yet, just do yourself a favor, go and see this weird world that these people live in. I'm only on the second episode at the moment.
Okay,
I've been drip-dropping through it. Like I couldn't get through the first episode in one watch. I was just like, this is way too much. I need to reevaluate everything that's going on. It's insane.
I always watch it. There's a couple of times I had to pause it and kind of discuss what was going on. What the? So by all means, maybe whoever's watching this, maybe they can get involved and they can let us know what else to watch after this, because I'll probably get through the rest of that this week.
Yeah.
So
we started watching.
I'm gonna need to have something else.
We started watching. It's a documentary about SARS and bird flu.
Is this the pandemic thing?
Yes, we started watching that, and I'm like, no. It's really, really hard to watch, especially with what's going on. And then I see everybody else watching Contagion, the movies. And they're saying, oh my God, it's like what's going on. I'm like, no.
I just want to watch Willy Wonka and stuff like that. Like I've actually been going back watching old movies from when I was a kid that I remember thinking, I watched City Slickers the other night.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I'd ever seen it before.
Really?
I know City Slickers.
Yeah.
And I know the cast. I don't think I'd ever actually watched it. So
oh, wow.
I've got this my list on Netflix is a really weird mix of cheesy 80s movies.
Yeah.
Really nerdy documentaries about aviation or cars or all that kind of stuff. And then Tiger King. So
very cool.
I mean, I'm sure if I went missing and somebody went to, like, let's try and evaluate what his life was like. It's like, whoa.
I actually found myself
would be really bizarre.
I found myself watching. So like we got Disney Plus. I think like nearly everybody in the country when it got launched, and it happened to be at the same time that we got locked down, which is convenient. And so I've been watching Mandalorian. We're massive Star Wars fans here, and there's a whole lot of cool kind of documentaries that they've made. There's a thing called it's called Workshop or something like that. So my kids love it because these kids are with workshop teachers and they're given tasks to make different things and get building. Right. And off the back of that, the kids have already started making things. So like we have our own little workshop in the shed here. And so Elizabeth turned her old dollhouse into a little book library.
So
Wow.
the front opens up.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they also made a birdhouse, which we put up on a tree today. So, like, you know, it's good. Everybody's learning and getting creative.
You do live in Narnia, so
I do live in Narnia. Is anybody delivering Just Eat to me? No.
I know. I keep getting Deliveroo emails, and I live too far out of town to get Deliveroo, and I'm like, please stop haunting me with your emails.
Well, you live very close to a big shopping centre as well, so that's really handy for you.
We're very lucky. There's a large Tesco, with 100 meters up the road from our place, so it's great. So, and actually, what's even funnier is next door to that there's a Domino's, and you want it every night. It's like a Grand Prix. There's just, those guys. I tell you, in a year from now, all those delivery drivers are going to be driving Rolls Royce because they're clearly coining it. I'm kind of thinking, how are all these people affording to eat Domino's all the time?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Well, I suppose you might as well treat yourself if you can.
I know. Yeah, I got to do it sometime. But actually, not lockdown, but as I said, it's barely 100 meters from our front door is where the Domino's is, and not lockdown related. But last time when we had bad snow, remember when we got like the really big snow and we went and
the beast from the east
shopping centres and stuff like this. But I remember like it was like at the time we were just staring out the window, and I remember seeing a guy from Domino's walking past the window, and he walked like just around the corner, and he was delivering Domino's. I was like, he just did it on foot. I was like, A, how lazy are you? B, I kind of also admired the brazenness of asking to get Domino's delivered when you live so near. The guy just comes on foot to deliver it to you.
There's actually a little trick that you can do as well, because we live in Narnia, as you said. The local town closest to us, like the biggest local town where all the pubs and entertainment is Trim, and people have been known, because there'd be quite a fair few taxis around. Like, you wouldn't get a taxi at like 12 o'clock at night, they'd all be gone to bed. So if you wanted to get a taxi home, you'd order a takeaway and stand outside the restaurant and get a lift home with the driver.
This is the kind of genius thing that Irish people come up with.
Yes.
You could just think, I know what I'm going to do. Years and years ago, before I was a journalist, I worked in the motor trade.
That's right.
And I remember a colleague telling me once that a woman came in to do a test drive of a car, and she had like bags of shopping with her, and she said, I'm interested in test driving a car. I said, yeah, no problem. Brought the car around, and she put her stuff in, obviously, and she got in. She drove herself home, and then got out. She went, thanks, I'll be in. Like, brilliant, absolutely.
I take it she didn't buy a car.
He was astonished. He just couldn't believe it. No interest in buying the car at all. But that's the genius mentality we have sometimes.
Come here.
But like, have you been making any lockdown playlists or?
No, I haven't. I know that there is a good few kind of containment Spotify playlists going down, a lockdown playlist, but no, I haven't. And and also a lot of people have been asking me, how come I haven't been streaming DJ sets online as well? It's like, because everyone's doing it. So it's like, I suppose I could do something different. I do have one coming up in a couple of days that I'm doing for a student accommodation company, so I'm going to be taking over their Instagram and DJing to all of their kind of clients and stuff. So that's one thing. One thing I want to ask you before we wrap this up, okay? When this is all over, light at the end of the tunnel of this very long dark tunnel, what's the first thing that you want to do?
I just want to go for a drive.
In what car? Any car.
Any car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be as responsible as I can. So really, and we're quite lucky because we have everything that we need very nearby. So we can just walk to the shop and just get whatever we need. So that's good. Probably the one thing I miss, along with driving, is just traveling. Is just like I've been so lucky doing this job for the guts of 10 years. I've been all over the world. I've seen a lot of great places, and I think not that I ever took it for granted, but I think I'll appreciate it even more, being able to go and see different places. I mean, I often equate sometimes me I'd often go on a launch to a different country for the day, go up early in the morning, go off, fly down to Spain, drive a car, fly back that evening, kind of thing. And
wow.
In a way, it was kind of like getting the bus, the way people get a bus in and out of work. My bus is a plane. But I think I'll probably appreciate doing that a little bit more.
You'll probably just go to the airport and sit in the lounge because you spend most of your time there anyway.
I'm sure like people at Dublin Airport are like, where's Dave gone? But it's I'm kind of, I just like to get back to, I guess, normality really, and just getting to it and do stuff. I mean, actually, I suppose without being too cheesy, I'd like to give my folks a hug, because I've been over to see them, but keeping a distance. And so it'd be nice just to be able to give them a hug or whatever. But I guess just in terms of the normal everyday stuff, it would be nice just to
be able to do it
on a plane and see something else and see a bit more of the world. It's just, I guess it's the big unknown, is we don't know how, and also we don't know when that's going to happen, but we don't know how. Is it going to be different when we get back to kind of normal life? Will things change, and like will there be a new normal in terms of how we do things, or how we interact with people, or whether we travel as much as we used to, or whether we'll travel more? So there's all these kind of things that I guess are a little bit of an unknown.
It is the great unknown now.
Yeah, it is, but it's. I mean, look, thankfully I'm very lucky. Nobody, I don't know anybody has become sick from it, from all this. And largely, I mean, other than having the odd bit of cabin fever sometimes, it's not. It's. I don't want to say it's not that bad, but I mean, it's in the grand scheme of things, we're very, very lucky in how it's sort of relatively normal. So it'd just be nice just to go and hang out. Actually, I really want to just go to town and get a big burger. It's not like, it's just the really simple things that I'm kind of missing of just sitting outside
outside
with
Metro
friend,
Cafe on a nice sunny day.
Just sitting outside having a coffee, watching the world go by. Stuff like that.
Well, why don't you do that yourself and Mel? Do that in the front garden.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I've just been. I mean, the one thing that I've been able to catch up on about 8 years of sleep as well, because it's just been, things are a little bit easier now. I don't. It's not. It's not the same rushing around and all this kind of stuff that we. Because everyone used to be so busy all the time. There was almost this kind of. We always had this sort of like a pride to be super busy. And maybe people just might just chill out a bit more now. And
I hope so. Yeah.
But look, it's just maybe the best thing we'll do is we'll get back together and we'll do another Engine Room podcast.
Yes.
So, like
it's what everybody wants, Dave.
The reunion episode.
we will lock that down. We'll definitely, even if it's only one, we'll definitely do it.
Even if we do just one, like a comeback special, and definitely I'll be up for that. I mean, you'll have to get all of your really important questions for us. The likes of solar roads, and I think was there not another one of heated cat's eyes or something like that?
There was the cat's eyes that were solar driven as well. But they exist now.
Okay, right, there was something else like heated roads.
Yeah, there was heated roads so that the ice doesn't form in them. Which runways?
I mean, you'll be heralded as a genius in generations to come. Like,
I don't think so. Like the quote that we got T-shirts made on when you were talking about Newton meters, and I'm like Newton off of science.
I still have those T-shirts.
I know. I actually wore one on one of the previous episodes recently.
Actual cats.
Actual cats.
Yeah.
Listen, Dave, thanks so much for coming on the lockdown. Look after yourself and Mel, and can't wait to see you to get an actual hug.
Cool. Can't wait to look forward to it. Take it easy, guys.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye.
Well, it looks like we're committed to doing another Engine Room Show podcast. We'll make it happen. Dave, I'm looking at you guys. Thanks for watching The Lockdown. This is Push the Button. Subscribe, like, share, do what you need to do. Stay safe and stay at home. And we'll see you next time.